up, YouTube? It has been a long day. It's only 4 o'clock, but I am building a new website and also like a workout subscription program. So I've just been looking at a computer screen all day, and that always just wears me out. But I did want to get a video up for YouTube, so I put a Q&A up on my Instagram, and so I thought I would just go ahead and film it. I haven't even read the questions yet. We're just gonna rapid fire through them. I'm gonna do like rapid fire for this one because I don't want this video to be like super long. So I'm gonna get like quick to the point, answer the questions, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I've been doing informational videos the past couple weeks, but I thought a Q&A would be fun. So here we go. College go-to snacks. I think my biggest go-to snacks in college were rice cakes with peanut butter, rice cakes with tuna, Greek yogurt with berries, thinking like snacks, protein bars, and those are probably, those were my go-to snacks, I would say, for sure. Favorite supplement that I use? Ooh, I think it would have to be the OptiGreens, just because of everything that like they've done for me personally. I've always struggled with a lot of like digestion issues and stuff, and like IBS type symptoms. Like throughout high school, I actually had to get like 2 scopes done on my stomach just because I had so many issues, really bad pain. And since I started taking the greens consistently, it's not to say I never have it, but it's definitely eased all of that a lot, improved my digestion a lot, and also just like knowing all of the nutrients that I'm giving my body, because like I do eat vegetables, but eat the same vegetables every single day, and I like definitely probably deplete like 3/4 of the nutrients because I cook them in a pan on high. And yeah, so I just feel good about being sure I'm filling all those gaps. Easiest way to live a healthy lifestyle when you're a full-time student and work part-time. I wouldn't say it's going to be easy, so I'll just throw that out there first, but I would say my top tips are going to be plan and prioritize. Number 1, plan. So plan out your whole week, on Sunday night or something. Be sure like you know what you have to do, when you have work, when you're going to go to the gym, and any other like priorities in there. Go ahead and plan them. And then like meal prep on Sundays, go ahead and plan that. If you need to, go ahead and like plan your whole day of food for the next day. Like if you track macros, lay down in bed, do that at night. You're like, you know what you're gonna eat the next day. You just have to pack it and eat it. And then prioritize, like pick the things that are gonna be your priorities. So obviously school, work, gym / health, fueling your body. And then anything that falls under that, if you don't have time to get to it that day, so be it. If you cannot make the time to go out with your friends that night, so be it. If you can't watch that next episode of the show that you wanted to watch, you know, like it's not easy, but that's how I did it. So, and that's not to say you never will have time to go out with your friends and have a good time, but you do have to say no sometimes. Favorite brand of scale? My food scale is a Cuisinart, and I really like it. I got it at Bed Bath & Beyond. My scale is a Body Analyzer Vanity Planet, I think. And I think I have like a really big discount code, like 80% off or something for it. I don't know if it still works, but I'll put it in the description box. How long should cutting and bulking phases be? This is going to be super dependent on the person and their goals. And it's also going to depend on how many refeeds you take, how many diet breaks you take, how drastic your deficit was, a lot of different things. But general of thumb, I like to say cutting phase like 12 to 20 weeks-ish, 12 to 24 weeks. It also depends on how much weight you have to lose. And then bulking phases, honestly, I would say at least the amount of time that you were in a deficit, but as long as you want. I think that also one thing to remember is like it doesn't even have to be looked at in cutting and bulking phases. Like you can literally look at it in a how is my body responding phase. Are you getting a lot more hunger cues? Your body is probably wanting to utilize more food for fuel, so give it more food. Like you don't always really have to look at it like that. Obviously, like I do, but there's also sometimes like right now, the stage I'm in, I'm kind of just like I'm slowly increasing calories, but I wouldn't call it like a bulk. I am trying to put on lean tissue, but I'm waiting to up my food really till my body gives me that response that it's ready to utilize more food. So yeah, that's kind of my short and sweet answer. What exercises change your physique as a whole? A lot of different ones, obviously, but I'll just give an exercise category would be compound movements. So like your squats, your deadlifts, your bench press, your barbell rows, those kind of things, your big compound movements that are working multiple muscle groups, because these not only, like I said, work multiple muscle groups, but they're really just going to drive that growth. And yeah, so that's definitely what's changed my body the most. I think probably like if I had to give one workout that everybody should do, I was gonna say squats, but then I was gonna say hip thrusts and barbell bent row, like all the compounds, you guys. That is what has definitely changed my body. Even though you may feel the burn in your isolation exercises, the compound ones are essential. So do them. One meal for the rest of your life. Shoot. One meal though. Okay. I think for the rest of my life, I think it would have to be something like kind of sweet, but not too sweet, but also not like too boring. So probably this is hard. Probably like my little oatmeal and egg white meal, because I get a little bit of sweet and a little bit of savory. So yeah, I do better oats with half a scoop of vegan chocolate protein with peanut butter, and I do egg whites with nutritional yeast. So that would probably be, yeah. I have like a ton of favorite meals, but I'm thinking like for life, that would give me the most like variety between sweet and savory. And I feel like, yeah, I love my pancakes, but I do think that I would get sick of them because they're really, really sweet. Staying healthy in college, best tips for dorm life. This kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, just like plan, prioritize, keep healthy snacks in your fridge, even healthy meals. Like go buy some chicken, meal prep it downstairs in the kitchen and keep it in your fridge. Like if you have a microwave, you can make oatmeal, you can put protein powder in your oatmeal, peanut butter, like you can make. I ate at the cafeteria twice freshman year. I made every single thing in my dorm. I did like prep some rice and things like that at the beginning of the week in the downstairs kitchen and put it in my fridge. People thought I was a freak, but I didn't care. But yeah, that's how I did it. And then also just like remembering to stay true to yourself, because you're gonna have a lot of temptations and chances to go out to eat, to go out and drink. And that's not to say don't live your life and have some fun sometimes, but like stay true to yourself. Like if you don't want to go out 3 times a week, or God, like 6 times a week like most college does, don't do it. Like stay true to you. If you think that people are judging you, they're not. They're either just like jealous that you're making a decision that's like bettering your life, or they're just like trying to be nice, be like, oh no, come, like, and then they're gonna forget that you didn't come literally like an hour later. So yeah, I love my friends and they were like amazing, and like they never cared whenever I didn't go out. So definitely find yourself a good friend group too, who's not gonna like shame you for not drinking freaking 5 times a week, and stay true to you. I could go on a rant about that for a long time. How do you deal / what do you do when you start comparing yourself to others? I would say my biggest thing that I do when I start comparing myself to others is get off social media. Like social media can be a great thing, but it can also be such a terrible thing, like because you can compare yourself every single post that you see, and like where somebody else is at in their life. First of all, like if you're even comparing, say, where you're at in business, maybe that person's been doing this for 5 years and you just started. If you're comparing your physique, maybe that girl has been working her butt off for 5 years and you just started. And either way, like if somebody has something that you want but maybe will never have, like say you really want blue eyes, you're not gonna have blue eyes. Like that kind of stuff, you just have to be like, this is like my life that I'm in, and like you can either manifest positive thoughts about it and like love your life and like be present in your life, or you can just like always be wanting something else, and it's so hard. But I would say like the best thing to do is like get off social media and practice like self-reflection and self-care, both of those two, and not like the frou-frou self-care, like, oh, I love myself and I don't need to try to better myself because I'm perfect, because in my opinion, true self-love is bettering yourself, like is sticking to goals, setting goals, like doing hard things, putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. But self-love, self-care in the sense that like you need to do things that are going to bring the best out of you, whether that be going to the gym when you don't want to, or whether that be taking a bath and skipping the gym a day when you are just having a really bad mental health day, cutting out certain relationships. I think all of that being like has helped me a lot with not comparing myself, and also getting to know myself better, just like through like self-reflection, meditation, taking personality tests, all that kind of stuff, and really getting to know me has helped me realize like, oh, it's okay that I'm different than her. She has great qualities too. Maybe I don't have those, but that doesn't mean, you know, that there's anything wrong with me. And also like sometimes comparison can be a good thing if you can use it to drive you to just be your best self, but it's when you want to be somebody else that it's not a good thing. So I would say get off social media and practice like self-love, self-reflection, things like that. My knees tend to cave in when I do things like squats. Tips. So one tip, definitely strengthen your abductors. Your abductor is the muscle, so I'll show you guys this. So this going down to me is adduction, like adduction, and then going out is abduction. So if you're like adding your limb back to your body, it's adduction, and then this is abduction. So like this muscle in your leg, whenever you're doing like the out way, that's abduction. You know that machine where your legs go out? So strengthening your abductors through like the machine work is great. Also like side to side banded steps. That's gonna help a lot. And then also I think squatting with a band can help a lot, because you can really focus on pushing the band out with your knees as you're squatting down. It's a really good cue to help you. Now, don't definitely rely on that, and be sure that you can get good at mentally pushing your knees out without the band, but it is a really good way, because like you can feel the tension on it rather than just like thinking it. And then other than that, I just like to think of like, I'm all about cues. So like I have a couple squatting cues. I think abs tight, hinge at the hips, breathe, keep my spine neutral, and then another one of my cues is push knees out and push through the heels. So I would just say definitely mental cues, but also you might just be going too heavy for where you're at right now. So I would like start from square one, get your form down, be sure that your knees are going out, push them out, and then as you get heavier, be sure that you get that nailed down before you up the weight again. That would probably be my top tips. Tips for healthy meals in a dorm with only fridge and microwave, little storage too. Okay, I'll just give like some of my top meals that I made. So oatmeal is a huge one, because all you need is like the dry ingredients, oatmeal with protein powder and peanut butter. You can store the protein powder and peanut butter like under your bed if you need to. Let's see. Trying to think of my top ones. Cottage cheese and fruit is like a good one, because it has protein as well. It's a good snack to keep. Maybe you can meal prep just like one protein source, one like green veggie, and one like starch, like either rice, sweet potatoes, or butternut squash or something. Maybe like some Brussels sprouts, broccoli. Yeah, and then what else? Really, I think that you just have to think like, what do you normally have in your fridge and your microwave, and like what are your favorites, to be honest, because I made everything, but since I didn't have as much room, I shouldn't make as much of it. I'm really trying to think what were like the main thing. I ate a lot of yogurt bowls, ate a lot of oatmeal, had like the same meal prep meal for like dinner. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful. And I think that was all the questions I got. Let's see. Yeah, that was all the questions I got. So this was, oh good, we're right at like 15 minutes. So thank you guys for watching, and I will probably be doing a full day of eating for my next video. And let me know any other ideas that you guys have, what you want to see. Be sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.